What does the European Parliament actually mean to you? Now you've been here all this time.
Well, I have. I mean, it's my 19th September in Strasbourg. It's unbelievable, really. To me, it's been the place where the genuine voice of Eurosceptic opposition in British politics actually got its legs. It was completely impossible to make the Eurosceptic argument in the 1990s in Britain. People weren't interested, just not interested. Jimmy Goldsmith they were interested in because he was rich and spending lots of money, but for UKIP it was just, we were completely ignored. We were not part of political debate in any way at all, and it was by getting elected here that we got a voice back in the United Kingdom, so supremely ironic. You've got to think of that building as a cathedral, and they all have a religion, and the religion is building a United States of Europe, and I am the heretic there in the cathedral, so they always shout and boo whatever I say. It doesn't bother me.
Or the only one for the moment who still doesn't get it, I think, is Mr. Farage. He is still going on. He said last weekend he called the German EFD to campaign on Brexit. I think it's a fantastic advice to campaign on Brexit. You have to keep up the good work, Nigel. I hope they take it, but unfortunately I don't think that they are so stupid to do that in Germany with the EFD.
If Verhofstadt doesn't mention me, he gets hardly any following on YouTube. When he attacks me, he gets hundreds of thousands watching him. So I get used to it. Look, you know, he takes the view that Brexit happened, Trump happened, but the populist wave, as he calls it, is all over. I take the view, if you look at the French elections, nearly half the electorate voted for hardline Eurosceptic candidates in the first round, and they're deluding themselves. And my view, my real response to Verhofstadt, which is what I said, is if you push through with these plans for a United States of Europe without ever consulting the people, you'll find actually an even bigger populist wave than you ever feared.
It's clear what our citizens want. They don't want to destroy Europe. They want to reform Europe. But to destroy it, no bloody way. That is the message of our citizens.
You know, Verhofstadt is actually the Parliament's representative in the negotiations. We didn't elect him, he was appointed, and of course he's an out-and-out federalist, you know, who's trying to do everything he possibly can to stop Brexit happening anyway. So this place will be part of the process to actually stop us leaving.
I mean, the threat of blocking the whole thing would be so damaging. Because, well, a disorganized Brexit would hurt, of course, the United Kingdom, but would hurt the EU27 as well, come on. And so I think there will be a lot of pressure, of peer pressure, within the Council to avoid that. That's my guess.
I propose a positive agenda to help create, as I said last year, a Europe that protects, a Europe that empowers, a Europe that defends. Over the past 12 months, the European Parliament has helped bring this agenda to life.
I think the whole speech was a historic one. He was going against all the good guys, and he was declaring the United States of Europe. It was frightening what he came up with today. You could see him as a person today acting like a dying man with the last vision of something which is about to explode. I think it was to some extent tragic.
Nothing new, sincerely, from what we were expecting. And at the same time, he's still following the plan of the 5 presidents. He's still continuing to propose this plan that is totally endorsed by Germany. But we didn't listen to the real reforms that will be absolutely needed to really ensure a totally different functionment of the Eurozone. In this moment, there are still these asymmetries that are totally penalizing the countries of the Southern Europe, where there was no real announcement, no real idea to create those euro bonds in a really shared way, in a really way to share the risk of the different countries, or really to share in a certain way the debt.
Well, what you see right now, I think it's like a revenge. It pretty much reminds me of some motorcycle clubs. You know, once you're in there, you have great friends, and they will always take care of each other. But the minute when you want to go out of that club, you have serious trouble to deal with. That is actually what we're seeing now. They want to pretty much punish all the Eurosceptical parties here.
They're doing it already. They're already closing down Eurosceptic foundations.
Yeah, I know.
You lot are next. You lot are next.
Oh, we're in the firing.
Yeah. And if they're doing that already, and you ask them for points of law, it's arbitrary.
Yeah, I know it is. That's what's so scary.
And it was when
Pearson said, isn't it?
Yeah.
They set up
and it's when Juncker mentioned the word, we don't want to fund extremists. I thought, all right.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.